So hello everyone. So I have brought to you the Reserve Bank of India Grade B notification. So this is the starting page. So build your nation, build your career, and there's a brief about RBI, and then candidates to ensure the eligibility for the post. Before applying, candidates should ensure that they fulfill the eligibility criteria for the advertised post. Reserve Bank of India Services Board, hereinafter referred to as Board, would admit to the examinations all the candidates applying for the post with the requisite fees or intimation charges based on the information furnished in the online application, and shall determine their eligibility only at the final stage, that is interview stage. If you do not satisfy that, then your candidature can be cancelled that way. Then mode of application is online, and you will get it at Reserve Bank's website www.rbi.org.in. So this is the main thing, your important dates. So your website link for applying for the exam will be open from March 28, 2022 to April 18, 2022 till 6 pm. Please note it is till 6 pm. Just don't think it is like till 12 o'clock at night, but it is till 6 pm. Please note that. Till April 18, 2022, 6 pm. Okay, officers in grade B DR General Phase 1 online examination will be on May 28th, and Phase 2 examination will be on June 25th, 2022. So for DEPR and DSIM, DEPR means Department of Economic and Policy Research, and DSIM means Department of Statistics and Information Management. For this, the paper will be on the Phase 1 will be on July 2nd, 2022, and the Phase 2 examination will be on August 6, 2022. Okay, candidates can apply for Grade B DR either in DEPR or DSIM stream. Okay, either in DEPR or in DSIM. Okay, help facility in case of any problem, you can raise your queries in http://cgrs.ibps.in. Do not forget to mention RBI officers in grade B DR General, DEPR, DSIM as applicable in the subject of the mail in case of any help query required. Okay, use of mobile phones and other electronic devices are banned. This is usual. Corrigendum, please note that corrigendum, if any issued on the above advertisement, will be published only on the bank's website. Actually, as on date, there is a corrigendum published. I will be reading it to you after this is done. So yes, then this is a detailed notice starting from the vacancies here. So for grade B DR General, unreserved 109, scheduled caste 32, scheduled tribes 15, other backward classes there are 59, and EWS economically weaker sections 23. So there are totally of 238 vacancies, and then again for PWD categories there are separate, you can see it is separately mentioned 5, 7, 6, 4 and 2. Even for the backlogs are also mentioned in the bracket 3, 4, 3, 2. Okay, ABCD means A means blindness and low vision, B means deaf and hard of hearing, C is locomotor disability including cerebral palsy, leprosy cured, dwarfism, acid attack victims and muscular dystrophy. Okay, D means multiple disabilities including one arm, one leg, etc. Okay, so now for SC/ST, OBC or EWS candidates, there is a note. Even if there is no vacancy reserved for SC/ST, OBC or EWS category candidates for a particular post, such candidates can still apply. However, they will not be eligible for any concession or relaxation. SC or ST candidates are exempt from payment of application fee even in such case, but will have to pay specified intimation charges. Okay, for PWBD candidates, the bank has identified following categories suitable for the posts mentioned below, along with the physical requirements and functional classifications. Only following categories of persons with benchmark disabilities candidates are there, therefore eligible to apply for the post. So there are many specifications here. So officer in grade B General, DEPR, DSIM Categories for which they are identified is blindness and low vision. So physical requirements BNC, H, KC, L, MF, PP, RW, S, STW. Okay, LV. For low vision, it's BNC, H, KC, L, MF, PP, RW, S, ST, and W. So I think these are the for deaf and hard of hearing, DHH. So BNC, KC, L, MF, PP, RW, S, SE, STW. So locomotor disabilities, for them you have BNC, KC, L, H, MF, PP, RW, S, SE, STW. Okay, so BL, CH, L, MF, PP, RW, S, SE. Muscular dystrophy, CH, MF, RW, SES. So for multiple disabilities, you have BN, C, KC, L, MF, PP, S, STW. Okay, so I think you guys will, whoever is into this candidature will be knowing these. So they have even defined them. What is BN? Bending. C, communication. H is hearing, speaking. KC is kneeling and crouching. L is lifting. MF, manipulation by finger. PP is pushing and pulling. RW, reading and writing. S is sitting. SE is seeing. ST is standing, and W is walking. Okay, so these type of things are there. So they should have a disability certificate issued by a competent authority as prescribed by the Right of Persons with Disabilities Act 2016. Such certificate shall be subject to verification, re-verification as may be decided by the board. Okay. Then use of scribe and compensatory time. At the time of online examination, only those PWBD candidates who have physical limitation in typing, including the speed, would be allowed to use the service of a scribe. In all such cases where scribe is used, the following rules will apply. The candidate will have to arrange her own scribe at his or her own cost. Then both the candidates as well as the scribe will have to give a suitable undertaking in the prescribed format with a passport size photo. PWD candidates who have physical limitation to type or write, including that of speech, will be allowed compensatory time of 20 minutes. They'll have a 20 minutes extra time per hour of the examination. 20 minutes per hour extra, whether availing the facility of scribe or not. Okay. Any candidate who is using scribe should ensure he or she is eligible, and violation of rules is not required, and they can be removed from service without notice if he or she has already joined from the bank and if they have violated some guidelines. Okay. If at any stage of time if the scribe is independently answering the question, the exam will be terminated. Okay. Detailed instructions for PWBD candidature regarding availing services of scribe and will be there available on www.rbi.org.in at the time of uploading of admission letters for examination. So, candidates seeking reservation or relaxation under SC, ST, OBC, PWBD, EWS, ex-servicemen must ensure they are entitled to such reservation. Okay, and they are in possession of the required certificate. So, services and conditions or career prospects, they have given you the pay scale. Selected candidates will draw starting basic pay of 50 to 200 per month in the pay scale. Okay, and it will also have and they will also be eligible for dearness allowance, DA, local allowance, house rent allowance, and family allowance and grade allowance as per the rules from time to time. So initial monthly gross emoluments are 1,08,404 approximately. Okay, so that is the pay scale. And the seniority, candidates selected from recruitment for the post of officer in grade B DR general stream will join general cadre, and candidates selected from recruitment for the post of grade B DR DEPR DSM stream will join DEPR or DSIM cadre. Okay, perquisites, bank's accommodation subject to availability, reimbursement of expenses for maintenance of vehicle for official purposes, newspaper, telephone charges. So these are all perquisites which are there. At certain center, limited number of residential quarters are available. So house lease is there for you. An initial appointment will be on probation for a period of 2 years. At bank's discretion, the probation period may be extended. There are reasonable prospects for promotion to higher grades, and selected candidates are liable to be posted and transferred anywhere in India. Okay, eligibility conditions. Okay, so this is the main thing. Nationality is, it's either citizen of India or a subject of Nepal or subject of Bhutan, a Tibetan refugee who came over to India before 1st January 1962 with the intention of permanently settling in India, a person of Indian origin who has migrated from Pakistan, Burma, Sri Lanka, East African countries of Kenya, the United Republic of Tanzania, Zambia, Malawi, Zaire, Ethiopia, Vietnam, with the intention of permanently settling in India. Okay. So they should have a certificate of eligibility by the government of India. Other than a citizen of India, the other categories, they should have a certificate of eligibility. A candidate in whose case a certificate of eligibility is necessary may be admitted to the examination, but the offer of appointment may be given only after the certificate is issued. So age limit as on Jan 1, 2022, the candidate should have attained the age of 21 years and must have not attained the age of 30 years on Jan 1, 2022. So he or she have to be within 30 years and about 21 years. Okay, so they have to attain the age of 21 and should not attain the age of 30. Or if you have take it the other way, he or she must not be born earlier than Jan 2, 1992 and not later than Jan 1, 2001. And then the upper age limit above will be relaxed. So like for you have a maximum of 5 years for SC or ST, and up to maximum of 3 years in case of OBC, and a maximum of 5 years for ex-employees of banking institutions whose services had to be terminated for reasons of economy or because of bank going into liquidation, retrenched from government offices for at least 1 year service and currently registered with Employment Exchange, and to up to maximum of 5 years in case of ex-servicemen, including commissioned officers and ECOs. Okay, so you can just read through. There are many points here. So for candidates pursuing MPhil and PhD qualification, upper age limit will be 32 and 34 years respectively. Okay, so you can just read through this. So then minimum educational qualifications is there. The following educational qualifications prescribed for the post: graduation in any discipline or equivalent technical or professional qualification with minimum 60% marks. You should have 60% marks. For SC, ST, PWD, you will have 50%. Or post graduation in any discipline or equivalent or technical with minimum 55% marks. So graduation level, any such course from a recognized university institute that is taken after class 12th and is at least of 3 years duration. Okay. In post graduation, any recognized university, any course, and it should be at least of 2 years duration. Okay. For officers in grade B, DEPR, so that is for grade B, DR general. For DEPR and DSIN, there are certain specifications. There are essential specifications that they should have a master's degree in economics or any other master's degree where economics is the principal constituent of the curriculum or syllabus, namely like MA, MSc in quantitative economics, mathematical economics, financial economics, business economics, or they should have a master's degree in finance or any other master's degree where finance is a principal constituent. So like MSc in quantitative finance, mathematical finance, quantitative techniques, international finance, business finance, banking, trade finance, international trade finance. Okay, PGDM or MBA with specialization in economics and finance. Okay, so this one, so you can just go through now. They're saying that a doctorate degree in economics or research or teaching experience in economics or publications in the field or area of economics in standard journals is desirable. They're saying that it is desirable. Okay. So candidates having MPhil degree and doctorate degree from a recognized university have a relaxation of upper age limit by 2 years and 4 years. For MPhil it's 2 years, for doctorate it's 4 years. Candidates having master's degree with research, technical experience at a recognized Indian foreign university have a relaxation in upper age limit to the extent of number of years of such experience. Okay. Research or teaching experience, how much ever you have that years, you will get that age relaxation. The above age relaxation will not be cumulatively available, with age relaxations available in different categories at para 3 to B, like we have read before, like for SC, ST or OBC, like we have certain age relaxations. This will not be cumulative, so that is separate and this will be separate. So, and for DSIM, what is essential is master's degree in statistics, mathematical statistics, mathematical economics, econometrics, statistics and informatics, applied statistics and informatics, with a minimum of 55% or equivalent grade in aggregate of all semesters. Okay, or you can have master's degree in mathematics with minimum 55% marks or an equivalent degree. So, MStat degree, postgraduate diploma in business analytics, PGDBA, jointly offered by ISI Kolkata, IIT Kharagpur, IIM Kolkata, with minimum 55% marks or equivalent grade. The desirable is candidates with a doctorate in topics related to above subjects will be given preference. Research or teaching experience or publication in standard journals will be considered as an additional qualification. Same MPhil, PhD, 2 years and 4 years. Age relaxation. So the candidates must hold a degree of any of the university. They should have their degree, and if you have in CGPA, that will be converted into marks. Like if your CGPA is 6.75%, aggregate percentage of marks will be taken as 60%. 6.25 CGPA will be taken as 55%. 5.75 CGPA will be taken as 50%. Okay. The relaxation in minimum education qualifications for SC, ST or PW candidates mentioned above is subject to reservation of vacancies under the respective posts and categories. Okay, number of attempts. Candidates belonging to general categories who have already appeared 6 times for phase 1 examinations for this post in the past are not eligible to apply. Okay, no such for phase 1 examination only, please note. So, no such restrictions applies to candidates belonging to SC, ST, OBC or PWBD if the posts are reserved for them. For grade B DR general, bank encourages candidates with no prior experience to apply. Okay. For the direct post, scheme of selection for the aforementioned post will be done through online examination, phase 1 and phase 2 and interview. So there are 3 things: phase 1, phase 2, interview. Detailed scheme of selection is there. You can, in the appendix you can see, which are available in the bank's website. So online examination centers, you can just go through this. So like for each state there are different examination centers. For Andaman and Nicobar, Port Blair. Andhra you have Guntur, Kakinada, Tirupati, Chirala, Kurnool, Nellore, Vijayawada, Rajahmundry. Arunachal Pradesh you have one city. Then Assam, Dibrugarh, Guwahati, Bihar, Bhagalpur, Darbhanga, you can see Aram, Muzaffarpur, Patna. So there are different centers, online examination centers you can go through. Then centers for phase 2 also is given here. So the centers and date of holding the examination as mentioned above are liable to be changed, and it depends on first apply first sort. So you better apply fast if you need the center of your choice. Okay, they all centers will cater to low vision candidates or the candidates who need help. It will all be there. Candidates can select only one center for phase 1 and one center for phase 2 separately, and must indicate the choice of centers in the choice of center for candidates for phase 1 and phase 2 can be different and must be indicated. So you can write it in 2 different places. Okay, candidates will appear for the examination at an examination center at their own risk. The board does not take any responsibility for arrangements, and interviews will be conducted at some of the centers indicated at para 4 to above, details of which will be communicated in the interview call letter. So for the interview you cannot choose, you can they will be conducted as per the board's wish. So pre-examination training also is available. Examination training free of cost for SC, ST, OBC and PW candidates. They will get a training free of cost. Now in the online mode. Okay, only for those who have cleared phase 1 examinations in online mode, they will get a training for phase 2. Detailed instructions are there in appendix 4. So application fee, SC/ST it's 100 rupees, general, OBC, EWS including application fee including intimation charges 850. Staff, if you are already working in RBI, that I don't need to say, it is nil, no charges. Bank or transaction charges are to be borne by the candidate only. Okay, then application without the prescribed fee or intimation shall be summarily rejected. You cannot apply without the fee. Now, how to apply? Candidates are required to apply online. You have the link open in www.rbi.org.in. You can go to opportunities at RBI. And so detailed instructions you can get there. You better submit a single application. So, all candidates were already in government service or government owned industrial undertakings, whether in a permanent or temporary capacity, employ other than casual or daily rated employees, or those serving under public enterprises required to submit an undertaking in the online application that they have informed in writing to their head of office or department. Candidates should know that in case a communication is received from the employer by the board withholding permission to the candidates, their application will be liable to be rejected. Time of joining, the recommended candidates will have to bring proper discharge certificates. Okay, while filing his or her application form, the candidate should carefully decide about his or her choice of center. Then, if any candidate appears at a center other than the one indicated by the board or the papers of such a candidate will not be evaluated. So you can have different notes are there. So you can just go through this, guys. The notification is very long, so I'm not reading each and every point. You can just pause and read through. So just see this. So yes, last date of receipts of application is April 18 to 2022 till 6 p.m. And then there are general instructions. Correspondence with the board. The board will not enter into any correspondence with the candidates about the candidature except in the following cases. Eligible candidates shall be issued an admission letter 2 weeks before the commencement of the examination and will be made available on the bank's website for downloading by candidates. No admission letter will be sent by post. If a candidate does not receive his e-admission letter or any other communication regarding his or her candidature, then 2 weeks before the commencement of he or she can contact. Okay, only in this case they can contact, and proof of identity to be submitted at the time of examination. Acceptable photo identity cards are PAN card, passport, driving license, voter's card. You have to take a copy of it. Voter's card, bank passbook with photograph, photo identity proof issued by gazetted officer on official letterhead, photo identity proof issued by people's representative on official letterhead. Okay, Aadhaar card with photograph, employee ID, bar council identity card with photograph. Okay, they'll be verified with respect to his or her details on the admission letter in the attendance list and requisite documents. Okay, they have to produce in original the photo identity proof and submit a photocopy of the photo identity proof along with the admission letter. For phase 2, candidates will have to carry 2 to 3 photocopies of photo identity proof. Okay, as there will be 2 or 3 shifts. However, in phase 1, only 1 photocopy of photo ID will be sufficient. Must note that the name provided during the process of registration should match. Female candidates who have changed of first, last, or middle name post marriage must take special note of this. In case of candidates who have changed their name, will be allowed only if they produce original gazette notification, their original marriage certificate, affidavit in original, together with the photocopy. If there is a mismatch between the name, the candidate will not be allowed to appear for the examination. Okay, these are general rules there, so you can just go through. Candidates should note that the name in the admission letter in some cases may be abbreviated due to technical reasons. Okay, the possibility for occurrence of some problems in the administration cannot be ruled out completely. Candidates who are not willing to move or not willing to participate in the delayed process of test delivery shall be summarily rejected. Okay, these are just normal guidelines usual any examination will have. You can just go through. Okay, so this is the appendix of how to apply and what are the prerequisites. This is appendix 1. Candidates must apply only through online mode. The date is given, then the photograph should be 4.5 centimeter into 3.5 centimeter, then signature should be with black ink, and left thumb impression on white paper with black or blue ink. See, signature only with black ink, left thumb impression on a white paper either black or blue, a handwritten declaration on white paper with black ink. Just again remember, with black ink, declaration in black ink as detailed under guidelines for scanning. Okay, signature in capital letters will not be accepted. And the left thumb impression should be properly scanned and not smudged. And this is the handwritten declaration. I'll just read it out for you. I, comma, name of the candidate. Okay, hereby declare that all the information submitted by me in the application form is correct, true and valid. I will present the supporting documents as and when required. This is the handwritten declaration. The above mentioned handwritten declaration has to be in the candidate's handwriting and English only. Okay. In case of visually impaired candidates who cannot write, may get the test of declaration typed and put their left hand thumb impression before the typed declaration and upload the document as per the specifications. Okay. Procedure for applying online, you can go to rbi.org.in, then you can go to opportunities at RBI, then go to current vacancies. In vacancies, and click on the hyperlink online application form in the advertisement page for the online application, and you can just go through that, and whatever you see, like you have to click for new registration, then you have to enter your name, your contact details and email ID, and you click save and next, such things. Okay, you can just go through this. So mode of payment for application, you can, I think you will go through this, right? Pause and go through. Candidates have to, for payment of fees, candidates have to make the payment of requisite fee or intimation through online mode only. The application form is integrated with the payment gateway, and the payment process can be completed by the following instructions. Okay, you can just go through this. Then again, for photograph and signature, photograph should be 4.5 to 3.5 centimeters. So you should not put some caps, hats, dark glasses, not acceptable. Religious headwear is not allowed. If you have to use flash, ensure there's no red dye, and the dimensions 200 to 230 pixels is preferred. Okay, size of the file 20 kb to 50 kb. It should be 20 kb to 50 kb only. Okay, if you're not తర్వాత తింటాను పిన్ని, నాకు ఇప్పుడు ఆకలి లేదు, అందాక తిన్నా కదా నూడిల్స్ అవన్నీ. If it is more than 50 kb, you can adjust it by reducing the resolution or number of colors during the scanning. It usually comes, you can just try out 20 kb to 50 kb, it should be within that. And signature of the left hand thumb impression, it can be in blue or black. Okay, then if it should this application signature on that attendance sheet signed at the time of examination should be matched with the what you have uploaded. And size of your signature, size of the file should be between 10 kb to 20 kb for signature, and for thumb impression 20 to 50. Even for photo and thumb impression it is 20 to 50. For signature it's 10 to 20. Okay, I think this you can remember. Then scanning the documents, you can scan it to a good resolution. Just read through these. And for procedure for uploading the documents, okay, you can browse through, just read these. So now it says scheme of selection, syllabus they have told. This I'll read out. Phase 1 online examination will be objective type. This will comprise a single paper for 200 marks and will be held on May 28, 2022. Depending on the number of candidates, the examination may be held in multiple shifts. A candidate, however, must appear for examination only in one shift a day. Okay. So The paper will consist of tests of general awareness, English language, aptitude, reasoning. Okay, it will be for 200 marks for 120 minutes. It will have general awareness, English, aptitude, and reasoning. Okay, and you see, like it's not a cumulative timing, guys. Separate time will be allotted for each test. Candidates have to secure minimum marks separately for each test as well as in aggregate. Okay, minimum marks separately in each test and as well as in aggregate. Okay, so the minimum cutoff marks will be decided by the board. Okay, within a week of the phase 1 examination, you will be getting the roll numbers for the candidates shortlisted on the RBI website. Then economic and social. So then phase 2 is online examination. What you will be having is, in paper 1 you have economic and social issues. So 50% will be objective type and 50% will be descriptive type. So for the objective type, you'll have 30 minutes, 50 marks. Okay, 50% of the and then 50% will be the descriptive type. You will have 90 minutes. Totally you will have for the paper 1 in phase 2 120 minutes. So okay, so totally for 100 marks. In paper 2 you will have descriptive only, English writing skills to be typed with the in the key on the keyboard. So it is for 90 minutes. There will be 3 questions that will be totally for 100 marks. Paper 3 is general finance and management. 50% objective type will be there and 50% descriptive will be there. Total of 120 minutes and total of 100 marks. Okay, you can just go through. Then there will be interview. Candidates will be shortlisted for the interview based on aggregate of marks obtained in phase 2, 1, 2 and 3. Okay, the minimum aggregate cutoff marks for being shortlisted for interview will be decided by the board. Okay, RBI website and number of candidates shortlisted for interview will be put in the RBI website, and interview call letters will be sent on the registered mail ID. Interview will be of 75 marks. Okay, candidates shall be required to undergo psychometric tests conducted by the bank before appearing for the interview. No marks will be allotted for the same and will not form part of the final selection criteria. Now opt for interviewing either in Hindi or in English. Final selection would be merit list, which will be prepared by adding marks secured by candidates in phase 2 examination. Okay, so this is the syllabus, guys. There's a lot. Paper 1, economic and social issues. We'll have growth and development, Indian economy, globalization, social structure in India. I'm just reading the main topics. You can go through the subtopics, and the suggested reference material is there. Books on Indian economy, Uma Kapila series of books, Indian economy, Mishra and Puri, latest edition is there. Growth and development, Devraj Ray. So newspapers including Mint, Business Lines. Paper 2 is English writing skills. Paper 3, financial system, financial markets, general topics. Okay. Then you have management, ethics at fundamentals of management and organizational behavior, ethics at workplace, and suggested reference material is also given for you. You can just go through. Scheme of selection for DEPR and DSIM. So that previous thing was for grade BDR general, and this is for DEPR and DSIM. So scheme of selection, it will be through paper 1, paper 2, paper 3. So paper 1 will be objective type on economics. It will be for 120 minutes, 100 marks. Paper 2 is 180 minutes for 100 marks. Paper 3, 90 minutes for 100 marks. Composite time of 120 minutes will be given in paper 1. Okay. So you can just go through these. Paper 1 and paper 2. Then you will have an interview which will be of 75 marks, and the syllabus standard of papers on economics would be that of master's degree examination in economy of any central university in India, and syllabus for English, the paper on English shall be framed in manner to assess the writing skills including expression and understanding of the topic. Okay, suggested reading material also is given. RBI publication, annual reports, report on trend and progress of banking in India, monetary policy report. All these you can just go through. And then officers in grade BDR, DSIM, job requirement scheme and selection. So it says about job requirement to undertake collection, compilation, analysis, interpretation of banking, corporate and external sectors, modeling. Like it's all depends on, as you know, DSIN, statistics and information management, right? So scheme of selection also: paper 1 120 minutes 100 marks, paper 2 180 minutes 100 marks, paper 3 90 minutes 100 marks, paper 3 is English descriptive, paper 2 is descriptive on statistics, paper 1 is objective type on statistics, and it will be a composite time of 120 marks, 120 minutes. So this is how it is. Candidates have to secure minimum marks as prescribed by the board. Please go through this. So the syllabus is there. Paper 1, paper 2, and manner of conduct of examination is also there. Okay. So this is appendix 4, as we read before, for pre-examination training for SC, ST, OBC, PW candidates. You can apply through this. Okay, and you have the postal address also. Okay, that's it guys. So it's done. So now there is a corrigendum. As I told you, I'll just show you that also. This is a corrigendum, right? Corrigendum: direct recruitment for the post of officers in grade B, direct recruit on probation, general, EPR, DSIM. So with reference to the advertisement which we just read before, in reference to para 1A of the detailed notice of the advertisement on the caption recruitment, the instructions pertaining to reservation under EWS category may be read as follows. Reservation for economically weaker sections. EWS vacancies are tentative and subject to further directives of Government of India and outcome of any litigation. The appointment is provisional and is subject to the income and asset certificate being verified through proper channel. Benefits of reservation under EWS category can be availed upon production of an income and asset certificate issued by a competent authority in the format prescribed by the Government of India for the financial year 2021 and valid for the year 21-22. The crucial date for EWS certificate will be date of caption advertisement in our website, March 28, 2022. All other terms and conditions as mentioned in that advertisement of dated March 2022 remain unchanged. Corrigendum, if any, on this advertisement will be issued again. Okay, so this is a corrigendum. Hope you all do very well. All the best.